The pick is in.
With the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Makai Lemon, wide receiver from USC. Locked On NFL Draft is sponsored by Kalshi. Trade draft picks in a live market with no house. Download the app, use code Locked On, get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, trade on anything. I'm Kevin Ostreicher, joined now by Louis DiBiase from Locked On Eagles. And Louis, Makai Lemon, an extremely talented wide receiver. We know there have been plenty of questions about A.J. Brown's future in Philadelphia. This seems the signal that those questions are very valid, that A.J. Brown could be on the move. How do you like this pick, and how do you think it impacts A.J. Brown?
Yeah, I really like it. I think this pretty much puts the nail in the coffin that A.J. Brown will be traded likely to the New England Patriots post June 1st, and Howie Roseman was not going to sit on his hands and kind of settle in the wide receiver room. He signed Hollywood Brown and traded for Dontavian Wicks this offseason, but that wasn't enough. He has seen what having two great receivers can do for Jalen Hurts and this offense, and he went with a guy that can really separate at the next level in Makai Lemon. Not the same style of receiver as A.J. Brown, but it's really going to help replace that kind of production.
Were there any other positions that you were looking at for Philadelphia here? I know they had a couple of options of where they could have gone. Was Makai Lemon the receiver, the position that you thought they would end up going with?
Yeah, I thought throughout the entire pre-draft process, it was going to be about the offensive side of the football, either a offensive tackle to replace Lane Johnson long-term, or a receiver pass catcher to replace A.J. Brown, and maybe eventually Dallas Goedert, who's on a one-year deal. They have done really well at drafting on defense lately, which is going to get more expensive. So now they need to get younger and cheaper on offense, and Makai Lemon kind of helps move that forward with A.J. Brown's trade being inevitable. But not just him. Like I said, Dallas Goedert, likely just 1 year left in Philadelphia. They need more pass catchers that aren't just Devontae Smith to help Jalen Hurts evolve this passing game.
And now with this pick, Philly obviously will be able to make a lot more selections as these days go on in the draft. Where do you think Philly could be looking with those in particular, knowing that with this first round pick, they took Lemon?
Yeah, so now that receiver is off the table, I think they focus on a couple positions still on offense. I think they could go offensive tackle or guard on day 2. I think they maybe want to take a long-term tight end replacement to Dallas Goedert, but don't rule out defense either. Edge rusher, they lost Jalen Phillips in free agency. Reed Blankenship left to the Houston Texans, so they could use another starting safety next to Drew Makuba. There's a lot of things on the table, but I still think they go offense. I think it's offensive line or tight end in the second round.
For more on the Eagles, subscribe to Locked On Eagles wherever you get your podcasts.